What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today, we're taking a look at a game called Crest, which we actually had on the channel a while back when I was doing Weekly Indie Newcomer. Now the whole channel is Weekly Indie Newcomer, but back in those days, we did this game in one of its earliest alphas, and there wasn't a whole lot of gameplay there. Like, we played through it, and you could see the bones of a game, but it was a very hard game to debut because it happens every now and again when you do gameplay impressions like I do, where you'll sit down with a game and you're like, okay, this looks like a cool concept for a game, and then you get into the alpha and you're like, ooh, not quite ready yet. It's not quite ready to come out of the oven yet. Well, now the game is out of the oven. You can see right here, it's 1.0. And so the developers hit me up and they were like, you know, thank you for the video back in the day. We're releasing the game in its final form right now. Its final form with a power level that's easily over 9,000. And so we're going to check it out. So if you like games like, oh, I don't know, Black and White, which is one of my favorite games of all time, this might be a game to look into. I don't know how much it draws from those, but I vaguely remember that you had god powers and you tried to inspire people to kind of run their civilizations and whatnot. Let's go ahead and start a new game and see what it's got for us.
In the beginning, all was water. In this endless ocean, you awoke, alone. Slowly, many small worlds formed around you. Some hosted empty vessels that reminded you of yourself. You named them humans. They look to you for guidance and purpose. When you communicate with them, they only see a shadow of your true self. They take your words as their own. Their interpretations mold and reshape your form. They will redefine what is right and what is wrong. Your vessels are ready to take on the world. How they fare is up to you.
I'll be honest, it would suck ass to be a god after like the first 48 hours. Like, give that some thought, how lonely that would be, and just how miserable it would be. Like, you have all this power that just, like, separates you from all the mortals and whatnot. It's the same problem that Dr. Manhattan struggles with in The Watchmen, you know what I mean? You just kind of fall away. Like, you're not human. You can't really socialize with them. You can't really agree with them on any true level because you are something different. You're something that's apart. Welcome to Crest. You are a god that guides your followers using only commandments. Find ways to make them prosper and survive in the world. Okay. Let's start by writing a commandment. Sure, let's give them a commandment. This is your main tool when communicating with your followers. It consists of words and verbs. To build a commandment, you need a condition, an action, and a target. Let's start by commanding them to produce food. So who do you want to follow this commandment? We've got birth, we've got antelope. The antelope! They must give us food. Antelope, go forth! Followers in the proximity of antelopes. Okay, I think maybe I don't want that to happen. So we've got verbs over there, and we've got the word tree on this side. So tier 0, we've got the desert, we've got the savanna, we've got the jungle, we've got birth, we've got metals, we've got berries, and we've got antelope. So I'm going to say berries. So followers in the proximity of berries. Produce. Don't produce. We can distribute. We can don't distribute. We can migrate. We can don't migrate. We can say don't destroy. Destroy. Don't consume or consume. I don't know if I want them to consume that, though. Firstly, who do you want to follow the commandment? So you should hold your mouse over a word and put it in the first slot. Borders will appear around the huts to show you which followers will be affected by your commandments. Secondly, what do you want them to do? Lastly, what do you want them to produce? Okay, so we want them to produce food, so they will make berries. Add it. Okay, and so there it is. And so what I'll say is followers living in the desert. And then followers living in the desert. Is there a produce thing down here? Don't destroy, produce berries. So if you're in the desert, pick berries. That works. Let's do it. Congratulations on creating your first commandment. Writing a commandment will cost you 4 influence. Influence is available, and you gain it over time. So there it is right there. Our influence, we're a very little, itty-bitty tiny god right now. But someday, maybe we'll be a big badass god who can shoot fireballs and stuff. We also have commandment tablets. You see a list of your active commandments. Doctrines determine if a city likes or dislikes a commandment. Okay, select the city to find out more about it. Here, you'll find everything you need to know about a city. The city resources, beliefs, and expertise, to name a few. And so we've got low ore, we've got no food, low food. We've got very little gold, I assume that is. No coal, no whatever that purple alien thing is right there, and no of whatever that is. And so I'd like some tooltips right here to maybe pop up and tell me what these are. The first city shows the needs that the city has to survive. The cravings show what they crave right now. Their cravings are not necessarily what objectively need, but that makes them happier. So we've got a baby right there. They want safety, they want babies, and they want food. And so we're working on food already. So hopefully over time, food will become a little bit more... Oh, we've got some more followers popping on in too. This guy is concerned himself with mostly just dancing. He's just going to hang out and do a little booty rump shaking over there. The bars indicate what the followers have and their base need. The white indicator represents what they currently have, while the red is what they need. Okay. The white indicator is above the red, then they have more than what they objectively need, which is good. Open the Faith tab. The doctrine and its likes and dislikes are displayed here. These affect how a city reacts to your commandment and their faith in you. This is how the city feels about you and your commandments. It's considered a neutral command for them to go out and get berries. Upward pointing arrows mean that they like the commandment and faith increases. Downward pointing arrows show dislike and faith decreases. If there's a line, then they are neutral and faith will not change. The bar of the current faith is in this city, and I assume that faith determines how much influence we have. The calendar will help you keep track of time. Press the B key to open it. Okay, let's do that. The calendar keeps track of time in cycles and periods. There are 8 periods to every cycle. It also has predictions about the weather and if bad things are on the horizon. Global faith window right here. You will always receive 1 influence per period. Bonus consists of your overall faith and will be received every half cycle. So they are faithful. Therefore, we get +2. We get a bonus next half cycle. We also have our word tree right here. In order to progress, you have to unlock words. Hover over each of them to find out the requirements to do so. Once unlocked, words can be used freely in the word tablet. Okay, so this one right here for the coast. Unlocked here to start tracking the requirements for this. So we need 1 more word. Discover 1 more word. All right. Unlock the tier. So these words right here, we got to hunt antelopes and overfed. So we have 4 out of 5 who are overfed. Nature has a delicate balance in Crest. Your followers may be upset with the balance if you're not careful. If you work the land too much by planting berries, farming, or founding too many cities, drought may become a problem. If animals are too prosperous, it has negative effects on nature. Beware. Both herbivores and carnivores play their part in the circle of life. Mañana we go to the barber. Hey, mañana we go to the barber. Now you have basic knowledge to get by in Crest. Tutorial bubbles still appear, but, you know, there's a lot looking forward to, like city relations and monuments and unlocking all of the words. Go and create the religion that you want them to have. All right, I will do that. I can't guarantee that this is going to work out okay, but I've got them producing berries, which I think is pretty cool. I need to go back to my civics menu. So where is my civics menu at? Civics menu. So we've got our civics menu for right now. They have offspring. Apparently, we are producing a lot of babies right now. We are way over the top for babies that we have going on. As far as food goes, we've got a surplus. We've got esteem. Esteem will increase if you have expertise, gems, gold. For food, food will increase when you hunt and gather food. So let's put out a new commandment. Followers who are in the desert, if you see a gazelle, let's go ahead and consume them. So followers living in the desert, you must hunt antelopes. Are there antelopes around? There are ostriches. Do I have ostriches? I don't have ostriches, so I don't think ostriches are going to be that helpful for the moment. That guy has free will, but there's antelopes over there, so go ahead and do that, and we'll just kind of play around with whatever the outcome is. The speech balloon on it, free will, means the follower is doing whatever they want to do. Well, that's not good. Don't do that. I don't think that's a good idea. We've got commandments out, so we need to get our food taken care of. That meter right there is crazy large, and so I would like for them to go out and... Is this guy going to kill a gazelle? I mean, I did command you to do so. I am your God, and I have told you, go forth, smack gazelles. What is this guy doing over here? He's farming out maybe some ore or something like that so that he can craft himself a new hairstyle. This guy's gathering berries, which I think is a pretty good idea. What are these right here? Are these berries? I think maybe those are ores or something like that. I don't think we have very many berries where we live. It doesn't look like this is a fertile area for us to have settled. A little bit of a downer right there. So we've got the lizard grasslands. All right. I suppose they'll go out and, like, do their thing. I wonder if we can make boats later on and go to the different islands and stuff like that. That'd be kind of cool. I'd look forward to that. Exploration is an important facet in all this. So he brought back a little bit of food, I think. Food will increase when you hunt and gather food. All right. What else can I do here? So a speech balloon means that he's going out and he's following a commandment. Good. I need you to follow a commandment. That guy is also following a commandment. Fantastic. It's so good to have lovely followers. So he's going to go out and he's going to stab himself a gazelle. Stabbity. That gazelle got took out. That gazelle got took out. Did he actually harvest the gazelle? I wonder if hunting helped out with that. Let's watch as he comes back to the house and see if he puts anything inside the stockpile. So he was supposed to gather food. I don't know if it worked or not. Maybe. Let's see here. So do not distribute. We have distribute. We have don't migrate, migrate. We have don't destroy. We have destroyed, don't consume, and we have consume. I assume that he consumed. There's no way for me to really know whether or not that did what I wanted him to do. That guy's operating on free will right now, so we don't really need to worry about that too much. I'm assuming at some point we will get more characters. I also guess that we probably just watch them do stuff as time goes along. This doesn't seem like one of those games where we're going to be doing a whole lot of active stuff. You kind of just put commandments out there, and you hope that it works out. We can't click on... Oh, we can. So his food supply, how much food this follower has. We're heading home because we are tired. He also has follower needs. He wants to have surplus food. Well, I've put as many of you as I can on gathering food. I can't really control whether or not you do it, though. So it looks like we've got a few people here who don't really have a great food supply. He's currently living in Lizard Valley, so that's his hunger meter right there. Follower number 4, you can rename them or jump to their location. Okay, that's pretty cool. Sounds good to me. I like that I could customize all of my villagers. I think that's a feature that a lot of people are going to like. I love these cool little rhomboid triangle lions over here. Like their entire body is just a giant triangle. I don't know why I like that so much, but I like it. It's stylistic and it's cool. He's out here killing another deer. Very, very awesome. I don't know if there's too many deer right now. There are a lot of gazelles around. We're hunting easy game because it is God's will. You're damn right you are. You're damn right you are. Say my name. You're goddamn right. And so everybody more or less is craving surplus food. It doesn't look like our food meter is going up. They're hunting and they're gathering food right now, but I don't really know. People in the desert. Go ahead and... Do I have bebes in here? I do. People in the desert produce bebes. There you go. So I hope that'll be a popular thing. Like, I really hope that'll be a popular commandment. I think it'll be a popular commandment. I think they'll be stoked about it. Like, if I had the will of my God being like, yo, go out and fornicate and make them babies. I'd be like, do we have to take care of them, though? Like, the producing babies part is fun. But what about the second part? Is that a part of the commandment? Or do we just have the babies then throw them into the ocean or whatever? Like, there's a lot of... You got to be careful, man. It's like the Wishmaster. You got to be very careful with your commandments. Like, if you don't stipulate, like I'd be like, go forth, have babies, take care of them so that we can have more people to make more babies. That's a very specific thing to do. Like, if you're just like, go out and make babies. And we're like, all right, I got like 40 of these things now. And I kind of feel like they're not that awesome. So now we're leaving them on the rocks of the mountain while we produce more of them. It seems a little like a waste. I'd be like, that was definitely not the intent of the commandment. That was not... Your God is very upset right now. Nowhere in that commandment did I say, go forth, make babies, and leave them on the mountain rocks. I thought it was kind of implied that you should keep the babies. Like, you should have the babies for a while, and you should just keep them. Keep them. With these commandments right here, is there any way for me to cancel them on out? Like, let's say that there's a commandment down here, and I'm like, yo, I don't want you to be a commandment anymore. I can condemn that. The energy bar will decrease for a period of time. Following cities will lose faith in you. The bless commandment. So I assume that's how I enforce that, and I make them want to do things more, is I bless the commandment. Let's go ahead, and we will bless berry gathering for right now. So this commandment is blessed. The energy bar is it's protected from decreasing for a period of time. What does the energy bar do? This city has chosen a doctrine. There are 6 different doctrines in total. Depending on the doctrine, the city will like or dislike your commandments. If a city likes your commandments, their faith in you will increase. Getting followers to believe in you is crucial in Crest. The more cities that do, the more influence you will have over them. Okay. So these guys right now, they don't like having babies. All right, an association manifests when your followers don't quite believe in you or because time has passed. The energy bar scales depending on the number of cities when the commandment was written. It decreases when it has been associated, and when the energy is depleted, the commandment will disappear. So expand the tablet to associate with its association. So followers, each commandment could have multiple 3 associations. Multiple cities can choose to follow the same association instead of the original commandment. If you like their association, you can choose to bless it. This will give the city that follows it a boost in faith. If you condemn it, decreasing the faith of those following, after a while the association will be removed. If you would like to keep your original commandment around for a while longer, you can choose to bless it. It then becomes immune to associations, decreasing its energy bar for a period of time. You can choose to condemn it as well, which makes the energy bar decrease faster when an association happens for a period of time. However, it also decreases the faith of your followers. It costs 2 influence to bless and condemn. So this is associated with the savannah. So it's associated with terraforming our surrounding jungle. Okay. That's kind of interesting. So basically the association with this commandment is that along with that fertility, they want to convert this area to jungle. And in fact, it looks like they're already getting it started. I don't really know. I'll probably let that commandment die out then, because it seems like they don't like it very much. And so since there's no direct way for me to get rid of a commandment aside from letting its energy bar fall off, I mean, I can condemn it. Their doctrine is profiteers. They want to have a surplus and they want to steam. They don't care about offspring. They don't care about safety, and they don't care about being social. All right. That seems a little bit materialist, but that's fine. They don't want to have babies? Having babies is super fun, though. I mean, not the having babies part, but like the part that leads to the having babies part is super fun. It's probably one of the best things in life. I greet you as a humble servant, superior god of interest. The people worship you. This is the Chronicler. Here you will keep track of what has happened so far in the world. The spiral will tell your story. Click it or scroll through it. So, City 1, we have a new civilization. We wrote a commandment and the city listened to it. We wrote a commandment and 0 out of our cities liked it. Okay. A rain season ended. One of your commandments was associated into something different. And then after a cycle, one of your followers loved you, so that's good. Profiteers had the most followers during this cycle. Okay. So they give you kind of like a readout on what's going right and what's going wrong with your society, too. I appreciate that. That's a very good thing. I think that's going to help out over the long term. So they don't like this right here. Let's maybe condemn it. And that'll make the energy bar go down a little bit faster so that the commandment goes away. They really, really like producing berries, so that seems fine. I think it's a good idea that if I say people in the savannah mine for metal, I think they'll like that too. So let's go after that one right there. And yes, I was right. They actually like that as well. In some situations, animal numbers can dwindle. However, there are things you can do to help them survive. Use the produce verb together with an animal, the target to tell your animals to feed a certain animal type. Followers will share their food and assist the animals in their struggle for survival. Okay. It looks like we unlocked something new right here too, the ostrich. Okay, followers in the savannah. No, do not consume. That's not what I want. Followers in the savannah. Are we in the savannah or are we in the desert? Well, maybe that's why things aren't going very well. I feel like this looks like a desert to me, but it says not in the grasslands. I think that's grasslands right there. I'm going to stick with the desert for right now. This feels like a desert to me, although there's no way to really tell. But these guys have called themselves the grasslands, which worries me ever so slightly. Info tab. What are you? So faith in me is high. We don't have a monument yet, though. But the profiteers, they like the fact that we're mining, and they like the fact, so followers living in the savannah terraform everything into jungle. They don't really like that very much, but that should go away pretty soon because I condemned it. Now, these guys over here with hunting, they're kind of lukewarm about it. Instead, what I would do is, how many of these do I get to have? Like, do I get to have a lot of them, or is there a limited quantity? Oh, we've got something new over here, too. Overfed. Followers living in the desert, you are overfed. Okay. A little bit of like a confusing game that you got to work your way through, but at the same time, it works out okay. Hunting and gathering is working out pretty well. I'm going to say that followers in the desert. No, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell them to produce ostriches. I am the ostrich god. Go forth and make ostriches plenty. You guys are really kind of killing a lot. Is there another city around here? You guys are dressed a little bit differently. Are you like going out and killing stuff randomly? Like, was that necessary? I don't know if I told them to do that. There's a possibility they might just do whatever the hell they want anyways. It's kind of hard to tell. Now, followers in the desert. Produce berries. No, don't pick berries. I want you to grow berries. So don't destroy. We have distribute? What does distribute do? Plant berries. Good. Go plant some berries. That'll make our lives easier too. I don't know if they like all these commandments that I'm putting out there, but I'm doing it anyways. Oh, good. So they like cultivating the ostriches. They're okay with that. The only thing that they don't really like is the terraforming. They're not feeling that, and they're kind of like lukewarm about hunting. That's all right. I can live with that. That's okay. What does this do right here? Global faith. So we have one faithful city. One of your followers with a doctorate has died. They joined the underworld, and they've become an advisor for you. I have advisors in the underworld? Dude! That's awesome. Your advisors give advice that can help you understand doctrines, but also general hints. Click an advisor to see what they have to say, and as long as they have a ... bubble, you can get more advice. Profit is a big deal inside of our profiteers community. Yeah, I kind of got the feeling. You gain nothing by being scared of the unknown. It would mean that we lose too much profits. He's even got gold teeth. This guy balled out so hard that he died, and when he went down to the underworld, he's got gold teeth. That's my dude right there. That's my dude right there. Getting it, making it happen, keeping it cracking. I think the gazelle population might be a little bit out of control right now. As you can see, they're doing all kinds of gazelle sex. That's how they do it right there. They kick each other in the head, and then the other gazelle gets pregnant. That's biology. You can't argue with that. You have a stable food source near your city. You may want to tell your followers to plant berry bushes. They can only be planted in the jungle. Be warned, though, berry bushes drain water from the island and can cause a drought if you're not careful. That sucks. I mean, I told them to plant berries. I don't know if they did it or not. Like, I legitimately have no idea. This guy's terraforming or something. I don't know what he's doing right now. Distribute is used for planting berries. Yeah, I already did that. We already have that commandment. That commandment's good to go. We have plant berries right there. A little bit of a learning curve with this game, though. But once you start to learn what all the words mean and everything like that, it actually turns into a much more pleasurable experience. At the beginning, you feel like you're just sitting there watching and waiting to see if they do what you want them to do. And this time around, we have more dead people. What does that mean? A follower died of old age. Let's go to our advisors list. We have 2 of them now? Or do we just have the one guy? Profiteers value greed over everything else. Do I have another one down here? I do. Oh, that's just the wheel of whatever. That's the official god name for it. The wheel of whatever. I don't look at that. It just goes in the corner. I'm too busy raining down lightning and fire on the people that don't believe in me. You gotta punish them, man. You gotta get them in line. That's the way this whole following thing works. That's the way the whole thing functions. I mean, in a lot of ways, it's a game that you observe. Like, you do get to actively play, which is better than I can say for a lot of games that slide across my desk. Like, you make the commandments and things happen, but there's a lot of observation in this game where you kind of, like, hang out and watch. There's hippos around. Hippos are kind of dangerous, though. I don't know if I'm okay with that. Like, hippos are kind of douchebags. We don't have surplus. I don't know how if you have more than you need of any of the resources, you will have a surplus. Okay, so we have more than enough babies. We almost have enough food, but we really need to, like, work on that. So what I may do is the terraforming command, where they're trying to turn all of this into... So where was... They're feeding ostriches. They are planting berries, hopefully. I don't see anybody planting berries around here, but I don't know. We'll condemn that. What is this, like a priority? Okay, so that's who's following it. City number 1. Gotcha. We're also, so we've got them picking berries in the desert. Although we're kind of like grasslands now. I'm a little bit interested in this. Like, it looks like grasslands are spreading, but this is definitely desert right here. It says that we are grasslands, and I think I might have a fundamental confusion about what biome we're in. Like, we're kind of in grasslands, but we're kind of in desert too. And so I don't know if telling people in grasslands would be more effective. Either way, our commandments are going fine. Like, there's no problem with any of our commandments, save for one. This one is considered particularly popular. We're doing a good job with it, though. So they're feeding those. They're going and they're mining whenever they're mining. Can I modify these over time? So that's falling off. We're not going to need that for a while. The energy for hunting antelopes is falling off. I think it's every cycle this goes down, and once it's gone, the commandment falls off. I think we started in desert, but next time around, I'm going to try and give them grassland commands. No! We lost another villager. Do we just have, like, funeral pyres down here? Is that what that is? I think that's just a campfire in the middle of the city, and this guy's dancing on his grave. I don't know what he did. He must have cheated him out of something. You gotta really screw somebody over for him to dance on your grave, man. You gotta really beef with somebody to make that happen. So that's grassland right there. This is desert. They're going out to hunt antelopes. That guy is going out to produce babies against my will. It happens sometimes. You know, you get an urge, you get an urge. I'm not going to hate on it. You get an urge, you get an urge. You got to do what you got to do, man. Biological imperatives are a bitch. The Warfare tab shows the strength of a city, how many warriors are available, and what affects their offense and defense. Okay, so they have no offense and no defense. They have a little metal bonus. They have no expertise bonus, and they have no food bonus. That's because nobody's going out to get food. We have a lot of ostriches around right now. Uh-oh. We may want to kill off some ostriches. What is this? Young. Young followers. Pick berries. I proclaim it. How do they feel about that proclamation? They like it. Good. We have productive children. And then we will go... We got to kill some ostriches, man. People in the grasslands. Kill some ostriches. Like, smite them. Is there a better way to, like, hunt them? There we go. No! I need more influence! I can't hunt them. The ostriches are taking over. The ostrich armies are growing. Oh, my God. We saw what happened. We saw what happened in Australia already with the emus. We can't let the information get here. If the ostriches figure it out, we are all going to die. There are a lot of ostriches around, man. We may have overdone it with this ostrich thing. We may have taken this commandment a little too close to heart. Oh, God. The ostrich apocalypse is upon us. The ostrich apocalypse. I think it might be time for us to go. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here for an episode of Crest, a game that I enjoyed actually quite a bit more than I expected to enjoy it. Observation games where you don't really like influence things like actively have never really been my thing, but I think this game definitely has an enjoyable motive going on, or an enjoyable motif going on with it. And if this seems like the kind of thing that you might be into, check it out. I got it for you in the description down below. My name is Splattercat. I show off indie games every single day here on the internet, and I'd love to have you in future episodes. If you liked this one, hit that like button. Promoting indie games and showing them off so that you don't miss them is my life's calling, and I very much enjoy what I get to do every single day. I will see you all later. Thank you for stopping on in. Hi, do, and take care out there, everybody. Bye-bye.